Hello my dear learners, welcome to my channel. In this video series, we are learning the Java programming language with practical demonstration. In the previous lecture, we discussed about the method overriding, garbage collection and super keyword. To understand that concept, please watch my previous video. Now in this lecture, we will learn about the inheritance in the Java with practical demonstration. The inheritance is most important concept of Java, so be focused in the video and do the practical with me. Let's get started. What is inheritance? It is acquiring the properties from one class to another class is called a inheritance. Or you can say creating a new class from already existing class is called an inheritance. It means it will have a superclass and subclass relationship, right? When a child class acquires all the properties of its parent, it's called an inheritance. That is why here I have written acquiring the properties from one class to another class, and creating a new class from already existing class is called inheritance. This is also a definition of the inheritance. When you are creating a new class from already existed available class is called inheritance. So this newly created class will be called as a child, and existing already existing class can be called a parent class. So this is what the definition of inheritance. Now existing class is called superclass and created new class is called subclass. Reusability of code is the main advantage of the inheritance. What is the advantage of the inheritance is it is used to reusable of the code. It is used to reuse the code, right? If you have created one code and you need to reuse that code, the inheritance will be used. And also the parent class and child class relationship will be there. In the Java, inheritance is achieved by using extends keyword. So when you have one class and there are some code in the class, now that class is extending to the another class, right? So the new class is called a child class. So child class have the functionality of the parent class. The child class can acquire the property of the parent class. This is what we are calling an inheritance. Okay, in Java, inheritance is achieved by using extends keyword. When you want to do the inheritance, there is a keyword named as a extends in the Java. So the extend keyword is used to do the inheritance in the Java. When you have one class and when you have a parent class and one has a child class, at that time if you want to acquire, if the child want to acquire all the properties from the parents, then xword keyword will be used. There are three types: simple inheritance, multi-level inheritance and hierarchical inheritance. So these three types are available for the inheritance in the Java. So to do the inheritance, there are a keyword name as a extend. Extend is the keyword is used to inherit one class into the another class. And there are three types of inheritance: simple inheritance, multi-level inheritance and hierarchical inheritance. As you can see in the diagram, simple inheritance means class B is acquiring the properties of class A. In the multi-level inheritance, class C is acquiring the properties of B and B is also acquiring the property of A. And in the hierarchical inheritance, you can see class B and C both are the child class and acquiring the property of the A class. A is the parent class over here, and B and C both class are acquiring the properties of the A class. As we can see, Java does not support multiple inheritance and hybrid inheritance. So now I am giving you an example, practical example of simple, multi-level and hierarchical inheritance. I am creating a class. Okay, this is what I am giving you the demonstration for a simple inheritance first. So I am writing over here and creating a class. Say for example, class name is parent. Okay, so we have created a class name as parent. I am creating another class name as a child. The child is also a class and parent is also a class. Now I am creating a main class. Say for example, class simple inheritance, or you can say a single inheritance demo, So I am writing over here simple or a single inheritance demo, or you can say direct a class over here also. So in that class I am saving the file now. In the Java folder I am saving the file with a single inheritance dot java. Okay, I am writing the main method public static void main over here. So for example, let's say a parent class has the property of a string parent, say for example parent name. So parent will have the particular name, okay. So this is the property of the parent class. I am creating another property integer parameter, integer parent age, okay. So here we have created a two instance variable for the parent class. One is a parent name and another is a parent age. So these parent name and parent age both are the properties of the parent class. Okay, so here I have created a parent class with a two instance variable. It means the parent has two property, name as parent name and parent age. Now over here the child is extends the parent class. I am writing over here child extends parent. So what it means that the child will have all the properties of the parent now. The child is acquiring the property of the parent. This is what we are calling a superclass, or you can say a parent class, and this superclass is the parent class. Here this class is called a subclass. So child class is also called a subclass and parent class is also called a superclass. Here I will write the child class also. Okay, so you will understand this very well. So I am just writing over here creating a property for the child class. I will create over here a method object of the child c1 equal to new child. Okay, so c1 object is created and constructor by default constructor will be called and object will be created name as c1 and c1 is object of the child class. Okay, and I am now just system.out.println. I am writing the print statement first. c1 dot parent name. Okay, so parent name is a property of the parent class, but it is extending into the child class. So using the child class object, you can access the property of the parent class. Say for example, over here c1 dot parent name, c1 dot age, and I am here writing over here parent name equal to Atmiya, parent age equal to 20. Say for example. So here we have done with we have created an object. We are using the property of the parent class by using child object. Opening the CMD now. I am moving to the particular directory cd java. Okay, and then I am compiling the file javac single inheritance dot java. Okay, it is compiled successfully. Now I am running the file java single inheritance. So as you can see in the output, we are getting the value as Atmiya and 20. Okay, so the object C1 is of the child class, but C1 is accessing the property of the parent class. Why? Because the inheritance is done over here. The child has the access of the parent class property. All the property of the parent class will be inherited by the child, and the object of the child can be accessed the property of the parent class. This is why we are calling a simple and single inheritance. The child is acquiring all the properties of parent, and when you create an object of the child, so you will have the access of the parent method and parent instance variable. Now I am creating a instance variable for the child also. Say for example string child equal to mca semicolon and integer child age equal to say for example 10 semicolon. So now I am saving the file. So now child will have its own property also. Okay, so child has its own property and the property of parent. Here we have created object of the child and we are accessing the property of the parent. Now I am accessing the property of the child also. You can do like that also because you have created an object of the child as a C1. So child.name and child.age we have printed into the console. Now I am saving the file. I am going to compile the file and now I am running the file. As you can see in the output, Atmiya 20 and MCA 10. So we have created an object of the child class, but that object is accessing the property of by itself and the property of the parent class. Why? Because child is accessing the property of the parent by using inheritance. Child extends parent. So child has accessing the property of the parent. Here I will write the constructor. Say for example, so when we create an object, a constructor will be called. And I am writing over here system.out.println. Say for example, child constructor, I am creating a method void print name over here. So this method will use to print the name of the class. So I am writing parent, I am writing over here child name only. So no need to provide object name over there, because the child name property is the instance variable of the class, and in that particular class you can use that property without creating an object because it is into the same class. Okay, so now if you want to print the child name, then you just need to call the name as a print name method. So what I will do over here, I will call a method c1 dot print name. I am calling a method. So when this method will be called, child name will be printed. I am compiling the file. I am running the file using Java single inheritance. So this file is compiled successfully. Now I am running the file. As you can see in the output, Atmiya 20, MCA 10. Okay. So empty is printing two times because we have called a print name method, and also we have printing the c1 dot child name on the line number 22. So that is why we are getting MCA two times, because we have called a method print name and we have accessing the property of the child class using object. This is two ways to access the property of the class by using an object. Okay, so this is what the usage of the inheritance is. The object of the child class can access the property of the parent class. Because we have done inheritance over here, child extends parent, it means that child is accessing the property of the parent. So here we have created a parent class, a child class is extending from the parent. Okay, so the concept over here is the child is extending the property of the parent. It means child is acquiring the property of the parent. I am copying the file, and now I am giving you the demonstration of here. Let me just change multi-level inheritance. Okay, so now I am giving you the demonstration for the multi-level. I am saving the file multi-level inheritance.java, and then we have a child class and parent class over here. Parent is extending into the child. So over here I will change the class name. Say for example, grandparent. So here the class name, I am just changing the class name to give you the simple demonstration for the multi-level inheritance. So the first, here we have created a class name as a grandparent, and this grandparent has a property. Say for example, grandparent name, and here I will write grandparent age. So grandparent class has two property, and here over here I will change the class name. Now it is the class is parent, and the parent class extending the properties of the grandparent. So parent class is acquiring the property of the grandparent, and this constructor, I am removing the constructor. Okay, and the property name, the instance variable name is changed over here, parent name and parent age. So here in the parent class we have two property, parent name and parent age. So this is what I am giving you the demonstration of the multi-level inheritance. Now I am creating another class. Say for example, class child. Now child extends to the parent. So child is acquiring all the properties of parent, and parent is also acquiring the child of the grandparent in this example. So child will have its own property also. Say for example, a string child name equal to the value. Say for example, I am changing the value over here. Grandparent name will be, let's say for example, Sarvodai Kedamani Samaj. Okay, so this is what the name of the grandparent is. I am just changing the parent name Atmiya University, and now I am applying the name as a MCA. Okay, so now you will understand the concept. Now integer age equal to the value, the age of the MCA will be, say for example, I am using the changing the value from 50 over here, 20 over here, and the child as 10 over here. So now as you can see in the output, the grandparent, parent and child. Okay, and now I am copying the method. Here also the method name will be changed. It is a parent print name and it is a child print name. So method name is changing now because This is the demonstration of the multi-level inheritance. So here I will change the value child name, and here I will change the value parent name. So as you can see, I will change over here. Now I am saving the file. So I am removing the object created. I will creating an object of the child. Say for example, child C1 equal to new child. So this will call a constructor of the child class and create an object name as a C1. So now that C1 is the object of the child class, okay, and the grandparent has also a method, say for example name as grandparent print name, and here I will change the value grandparent name. So every class has its own property. Now method and a instance variable. I am writing C1 dot grandparent print name. Okay, so this method will be called by the C1. The method is of the class grandparent, but the method is called by an object. Compiling the file java c multi-level inheritance.java and running the file java multi-level inheritance. So we are getting the output as a Sarvodaya Kedavani Samaj, because we have created an object for the child class, but we are calling the method of the grandparent class. This is also possible and interesting concept of the Java. By using the child class object, you can call the method of the grandparent class. Okay, so this method name is grandparent print name is the method of the grandparent class, and we are calling this method by using the object of the child class name as a C1. So now when the object is created C1, the constructor will be called, a default constructor will be called, and the object will be created. By using that object, you can call a method of the particular class, because child is extends to the parent, and parent is also extends to the grandparent. It means that child is acquiring the property of the parent, and parent is also acquiring the property of the grandparent. It means child will have all the properties of parent and all the properties of grandparent. Okay, so child can access the property. Now C1 dot, say for example C1 dot parent print name, I am calling the method of the parent now, and C1 dot child print name. Okay, so now I am calling the all three methods. I am compiling the file, I am running the file. As you can see in the output, Sarvodaya Kedavani Samaj, Atmi University and MCA. So MCA is a child of Atmi University, and Atmi University is also a child of the Sarvodaya Kedavani Samaj. But for the MCA, Atmi University is parent class, and for MCA, Sarvodaya Kedavani Samaj is the grandparent class. I hope you are understanding this concept very well, because this is what we are taking a real life example. So I hope you are getting this point. Now I am copying the file, creating another file. Now I am giving you the demonstration for hierarchical inheritance. So in the hierarchical inheritance, the class B and C both are acquiring the class of A. It means two child class, and there is one parent class. Both the child are accessing the property of the parent class. This is what I have defining in the diagram. Now I am going to give you the practical demonstration for the hierarchical inheritance. So now in this file, it is a third practical for the inheritance. This is for the, you can say, for the hierarchical inheritance. So here on the line number 23, I have created a class name is hierarchical inheritance. You can see in the diagram, the B and C class is the child class acquiring the property of the class A. A is the parent class. Okay, so here I am giving you a demonstration for the hierarchical now. I am removing the parent class over here, and this is demonstration for the hierarchical inheritance. Here I am removing the extend statement over here, and this is a parent class. You can say this is a parent class and a super class also. This is called a super class. And the child extending the property of the parent, it is called a child class. You can say a subclass also, and a child class. These both class, parent and a child, so child are extending the property of the parent in this example. So I am the parent class have the property, and this property will be, here I am changing the class name, say for example Ram, and here I will change the class name to, say for example, Ram will have two child, one is a love, okay? And then here, what I am copying over here and paste it over here, I am changing the class name Kush over here. And Kush is also extends parent, means Kush is also extending, inheriting from the parent, acquiring the property of the parent class. So Ram will have two child now. Ram is a parent class. Ram has a two child, name as Love and Kush, and both child are acquiring the property of the Ram in this example. So over here Ram is a parent class and Love and Kush both are the child class, and both child class are acquiring the property of the parent class name as a Ram. So Ram will have its own property and Love and Kush will be have its own property, but both the child class are acquiring, are extending, are inheriting the property of the parent class. Okay, so you can create object of the parent class and you can create object of the child class also. In this example we have two child class with its own property, and both the child are acquiring the property of the parent class, and parent class name is Ram. So Ram will have its own property. The child are acquiring the property of the Ram. So both child will have the property for the property of the Ram. So in this example we have one parent class and two child class. The name of the parent class is Ram. The name of the child class is Love and Kush respectively. And both the child have its own property, own instance variable, its own method, and parent is also having a instance variable and a method, but both the child are acquiring the property of the Ram. So I am removing this line of code and creating an object of the love. Say for example, love L equal to new love. So this constructor will be called, and I am creating object of the Kush also, Kush K equal to new Kush. So the constructor of Kush will also be called over here, and two object is created. One is L, another is a K. L is object of love class, K is object of Kush class, and both the class are extending the property of the Ram class. So both the child class are now acquiring the property of the its parent class. So you can call a method L dot print, say for example, parent print name, and copying the file, paste it over here. You can call a K dot parent print name. Okay, so both the class have the property of the parent, so both object can call a property of the parent. I am saving the file hierarchical inheritance. I am saving the file hierarchical inheritance dot java. Okay, now I am just changing the some code over here. Let me just check, is everything okay? Yeah, Ram is extending over here and Ram will extend over here. And now I am compiling the file java c hierarchical inheritance dot java hierarchical. Okay, enter. Cannot find symbol. Okay, just let me, here as a typo error, so I will have to write the capital L over here. Okay, now saving the file, I am compiling the file again, compile successfully. Now running the file java hierarchical inheritance, enter. So we will have Atma University. Both are the parent, both lines are in the output from the parent class, because we have called a method parent print name by using the child object name as L and K. Okay, this is what we are calling the hierarchical inheritance. So it is a parent class, these both are the child class extending to the parent class, and these are the property of parent. These are the child class, these are the child class, both are the child class. Okay, both child class are acquiring the property of the its parent class. Okay, so this is what we are done with the hierarchical inheritance. In this lecture I have given you three practical demonstration, one for the simple inheritance, one for the multi-level inheritance, and one for the hierarchical inheritance. And one also point is multiple inheritance and hybrid inheritance do not supported by the Java. if you want to do that, you have to use the interface for the multiple inheritance. If you want to do the multiple inheritance, you have to work with the interface in the Java. So here I am copying the file and creating another file. Say for example, a class is a parent 1, and this parent class, I am creating another class, say for example parent 2. So these both class are the parent class. It is parent 1 name and parent 1 age over here, parent 2 age, and here I am writing parent 1 name, parent 1 2 age, 1 age. Okay, and these say for example these class accessing the property of the parent 1 comma parent 2, right? This is what the multiple inheritance is, but it is not supported by the Java. So a child class are acquiring the property from the two parent. This is not possible in the Java. Okay, so I am copying the I am changing the class name over here. Say for example multiple inheritance. This our main class is multiple inheritance not possible. It is not supported by the Java. So I am creating saving the file now. Okay, multiple inheritance not possible dot Java. I am saving the file. Okay, so now what I am doing is, here are a child are acquiring the property of a two parent, because one child cannot be acquiring the acquired the property of the two parents. Okay, so here I will create an object of the child c equal to new child. The object will be created for the child, and when we call the method, say for example c dot parent, c dot child print name, and here we have parent print name. So I am saving this file. Here I am giving you this demonstration for multiple inheritance. It is not supported by the Java. It will definitely give us the error. Here I am changing the method name, parent 1 print name and parent 2 print name. So I am writing over here parent 1 print name, copy and paste it over here, parent 2 print name. I am saving the file now, and when I am going to run the file, first compile Java C multiple inheritance not possible dot Java. As you can see the error, child class extends parent 1 and parent 2. The error is over here because it is not possible in the Java. Multiple inheritance is not possible in the Java because the child is acquiring the property of two parents, right? So a one child cannot have two parents. A child can have only one parent. This is what the Java is working like that. A child class can have the only one parent. Okay, one child can have only one parent because the one child cannot acquire the property from the more than one parent. To do so, you need to work on the interface in the Java. If you want to do that concept, if you want to access the property of the two parent, you can work with the interface into the Java. So that's all from my side in this video. In the next video, we will discuss about the final keyword and variable shadowing in the Java. So stay tuned with me with this channel, and please share, subscribe, like and comment on the video. Thank you guys.